Another edition of Xperience Sessions right here on IndigoMusic.com. I'm Rohit, and joining me right now are two indie artists. They've come together to create beautiful music, and I'm talking about Karm and Anubha. Welcome to IndigoMusic.com.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Now, guys, you are still in college, if I'm not wrong. And
Yeah,
when did music dawn upon you? When did you guys decide individually that you guys need to be in music?
Okay, so I was actually in school when it dawned upon me that music is really my interest, and I think it just kind of developed from that point on.
Right.
The first instrument I ever learned was piano, and so after that, just from a basic interest, it kind of just converted into a whole passion, and that's when I knew like this is something that I really want to do.
And what about you?
So for me, it was like I was into music since a long time. I also learned classical for a year when I was like 5 or 6 years old.
Right.
But then I left it because like I cannot continue anything for too long, seriously. And so I mean, I was just making covers on my Instagram account. I had a cover page actually, and I had a good amount of following like in my town. People knew me because of my covers. But then a guy approached me. He's a rapper, so he approached me if I want to make a song together. I was like, of course, man. And that's when I realized that I can actually explore this indie side as well of making music and putting it out. So that's when it all started for me. This was in 2019.
Right. And, Karam, I don't know if people have told you this, but I definitely had this, sudden doubt that, you look a lot like one of an actor who was in Patal Lok, which is, I don't know if you've seen it, but the kid in Patal Lok who is Hathi Singh's son. I don't know, I'm maybe wrong, but you look a lot like this. I don't know if you get it a lot as well. I literally, when I saw your song video, I went to Google and I checked whether it's you, but it was not. So I was like, you know what, you look so similar. So anyways, moving on from that, you guys, your video of your brand new track, it's just fantastic. Where did this idea come about where you put, two portrait, videos together? And when you look at it, you are climbing the stairs, and the same stairs, Anubha is going down those stairs. Who was the mastermind behind this particular video?
So we were actually, while making the track, we were looking at a lot of video ideas, working with a lot of filmmakers. But there was this one particular person, his name is Puneet Shawarmami. He came along and he gave this idea about like, a split screen and how there are two different contrasting people, and just trying to show, the typical saying we all know, like that opposites attract. And so when I first read the script, I completely fell in love with it. It was just something that clicked, and I knew that this is something that would truly suit the song.
Right.
And so, yeah, that was my impression when I read it first.
Yeah, I think it was actually a collective decision, but of course the mastermind was like Puneet and Sunny behind the video. So these guys were like really fabulous.
Absolutely.
Right, fantastic. Now you guys are still in college and you're also doing wonders in the music industry. How do you balance this?
So for me, I'm actually a psychology student.
Right.
And I actually have kind of two passions that I run along, and I don't think I can live without either of them. So it's actually pretty complementary, because I feel like music really gives me a break from studying and vice versa. And so it's just something that flows through me, and I just know that I can do it. So yeah, that's how I balance my days, like just going to college and studying everything I can, coming back, then completely falling into music. I just love that.
And what about you, Karan? How do you manage? Do you bunk a lot?
You are very correct, because I am academically good student. So I mean, it's not just, that is not the excuse I'm giving for not, not going to college. But I mean, I do go to college sometimes, but I mostly I like
the word sometimes.
I mean, I take music as a hobby, as a passion.
Right.
And I want to continue down this path, and I want to make a living out of it if I can. I would love to. And yeah, I mean, I'm just keeping this degree as a backup, to be very honest.
Yeah, that's very important. And as independent artists, for the both of you, how was the COVID-19 lockdown? Did it help you when it comes to making music?
So it was actually both ways. It was actually very devastating for me also, because I lost a very close family member. But at the same time, yes, I think COVID is definitely something that has been pretty bad for people. But for a lot of us, it's also kind of leaving us alone to our own thoughts and having just a lot of time on our hands to really pursue what's important to us and what matters to us. So yeah, I think there is a lot of music that I made in COVID, and I think most of it was just pretty sad. But ultimately, I think that's just what I think art is. All it takes is just a little bit of patience and just writing whatever you feel, and just being able to do that was definitely a blessing. But I definitely don't think that that's kind of an excuse to justify COVID. It was still pretty horrible for a lot of us. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I really agree with Anubha was saying, and I feel it also gave us a chance to really socialize ourselves and our music. So of course there's always a plus side to it, but the major one was the downside. So I really, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Now let's talk about something happy, and that is your track, Manamera. What is this track all about?
So I actually wrote the first verse, and I actually started writing the song. And this track definitely comes from like a personal experience. And so I think this is one of the reasons why this song like really means a lot to me. I never expected, to be honest, that we would get a record label deal out of it. I was just like on a vacation with my family, and I was just in the hotel room just kind of thinking about a lot of things in one go. And that's when I wrote the verse, and then I sent it to Karm. Yeah, it's been a long journey ever since.
Yeah, I think it's been 1 year.
Yeah, it's been a year.
Yeah,
more than a year.
the email that she sent me was in June 2021.
Yeah,
June
July.
2020.
Yeah.
July. Yeah.
Wow. And after 1 year, how does it feel that your song is doing so well and you got picked up by a record label? Did you guys even expect it though?
Absolute. I did not expect that at all. I didn't even expect I was a fan of Karm Sola. Like I really liked his music like a lot, and I didn't even expect him to say yes to it. Like let alone a record label. But I think we just kind of did what was right for the music. And yeah, I think record labels really kind of pick on these qualities in artists, that you just do what's right for the music, you give your best, and yeah, that's how it happened.
I believe in that track. I still believe in that track. So I know that no matter what, this track is going to do well, and it is. That's
right.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. And what's cooking in the studios of both of you?
Okay, so I have been experimenting with a lot of music. I mean, one thing I can tell you, like whatever I have coming next and whatever plans I have, it's going to be very, very different. And I just think that's the kind of fun I usually have, like experimenting with different genres and different kind of emotions that I can express. So yeah, I think it's going to be a roller coaster, and I'm very, very excited to show people what I have cooking.
Yeah, for me, so the last track I released was in May 2021, and it's been a long time. So this is a release after a year, and now I just have plans of letting people know that I'm back, and that this is just not it. I'm just going to keep making music, and I just hope that people don't stop listening. So yeah, that's it. I mean, I really appreciate what Anubha said about experimenting with genres, because that's what I have been doing since the past months and months, and I still want to do that, because literally each of my track, they do not sound the same. Like each track has its own vibe. Either one is lo-fi, or one is with a rapper called Yashraj in Mumbai, who I really look up to, and then one is acoustic with Anubha. So yeah, I just want to keep experimenting.
Right, fantastic, guys. You know what, we're going to be playing out your track on air right here on indigomusic.com, both in Bangalore and in Goa. Guys, fantastic talking to the both of you. We'll catch up again when both of you collectively or separately launch your new singles or probably an album.
Thank you so much.